Success is a product of daily habits, not once-in-a-lifetime transformations. Welcome to the Financial Library, where I simplify the biggest lessons from the best books ever written. I hope you don't mind my accent. Today I decided to talk about the book Atomic Habits by James Clear, and even though this book is not directly about finance, the lessons in this book are very relevant to those who want to achieve financial freedom. In this video, we will get to understand better what a habit is, and we'll also learn how to break bad habits and build good ones. But first, let me tell you a bit about the author. James Clear is an author, speaker, and habits expert whose work has reached millions of people worldwide. But his journey into understanding human behavior and habit formation didn't start in a lecture hall or a laboratory. It began with a personal struggle. As a college student, Clear faced a severe head injury during a baseball game, which left him with long-term physical and emotional challenges. The recovery process was slow, requiring him to rebuild his body, mindset, and routines from the ground up. This period of struggle became the foundation for his lifelong interest in resilience, behavior change, and personal transformation. Over the years, Clear explored profoundly the behavioral science, psychology, and neuroscience, eventually turning his findings into a framework for achieving consistent progress. Atomic Habits is the culmination of his work, a practical guide that explains how small changes in habits can lead to extraordinary results over time. The book is about the transformative power of tiny actions. Clear emphasizes that the key to lasting change isn't a massive overhaul or one-time burst of effort. Instead, it's about making consistent, incremental adjustments that he calls atomic changes. The concept is simple but profound. Small habits, when repeated consistently, compound to create significant long-term outcomes. Whether you want to improve your health, finances, relationships, or career, the principles in this book provide a clear and actionable roadmap. Clear also explains that habits are the building block of identity. Every habit you adopt is a vote for the type of person you want to become. For instance, consistently going to the gym isn't just about exercise, it's about becoming someone who values fitness. Now, let's talk about the science of habits and how they work. Clear breaks down the mechanics of habit formation into what he calls the habit loop, a simple framework consisting of 4 stages. 1. Cue, the trigger that initiates the habit. It could be a location, time of day, emotional state, or preceding action. For example, feeling stressed might cue the habit of snacking, which is my habit. Comment +1 if you can relate, so that I don't feel alone in this. 2. Craving, the motivation or desire to act. The craving isn't for the action itself, but for the change in state it provides. For example, the feeling of relaxation from eating comfort food. 3. Response, the action you take, which is the habit itself. 4. Reward, the positive outcome that reinforces the habit loop, making it more likely to be repeated in the future. Understanding this loop is critical because it allows you to consciously interrupt bad habits or design new ones with intention. One of the most compelling ideas in the book is the concept of plateau of latent potential. Clear uses the analogy of an ice cube to explain this. Imagine a room gradually warming from 25 degrees Fahrenheit to 31 degrees Fahrenheit. Nothing happens until it hits 32, when the ice begins to melt. This illustrates how progress often feels invisible at first. Small, consistent changes might seem like they aren't making an impact, but they are laying the foundation for a breakthrough. This principle reminds us to trust the process even when results aren't immediately visible. Sticking with your habits will eventually lead to visible, transformative change. Clear challenges the traditional approach to habit building, which focuses on outcomes, for example, I want to lose weight, or progress, for example, I will go to the gym 3 times a week. Instead, he introduces the concept of identity-based habits, which focus on becoming the kind of person who naturally exhibits the desired behavior. For example, outcome-based, I want to read 20 books this year. Identity-based, I am a reader. This shift is powerful because it aligns your habits with your sense of self. Every time you engage in a habit, you reinforce the identity associated with it. Over time, this makes the habit feel natural and sustainable. And to make the habit formation practical, Clear introduces the 4 laws of behavior change, a framework for creating new habits or breaking bad ones. These laws are simple yet very powerful. 1. Make it obvious. Good habits need clear and visible cues. If you want to practice guitar, keep it in the middle of your living room rather than tucked away in a closet. 2. Make it attractive. Leverage the principle of temptation bundling by pairing a habit you want to build with something you already enjoy. For instance, listen to your favorite podcast while exercising. 3. Make it easy. Reduce friction by simplifying the habit as much as possible. Clear advises scaling habits down to their simplest form. For example, commit to writing 1 sentence a day rather than an entire page. 4. Make it satisfying. Reinforce habits with immediate rewards. For instance, track your progress on a habit tracker to see your success visually. These laws work in reverse for breaking bad habits. If you want to stop a behavior, make it invisible, unattractive, difficult, and unsatisfying. Clear makes a compelling argument for focusing on systems rather than goals. While goals provide direction, they are often short-lived and outcome-focused. Systems, on the other hand, are the daily actions and processes that lead to those outcomes. For example, goal is to save $10,000 this year. System, set up automatic transfers of $200 per week into a savings account. By improving your systems, you create a framework for continuous improvement regardless of specific goals. This approach ensures that success is sustainable and not dependent on temporary motivation. Breaking bad habits requires a deliberate approach, as they often fulfill immediate needs, even if they have negative long-term consequences. Clear outlines 4 strategies for disrupting harmful behaviors. 1. Make it invisible. Eliminate cues that trigger the habit. For example, if you want to stop snacking late at night, keep unhealthy food out of your house. 2. Make it unattractive. Reframe the habit to focus on its downsides. Like, instead of seeing smoking as a stress reliever, view it as a damage to your health. Make it difficult. Increase the friction for engaging in the habit. If you want to reduce time on social media, log out of your accounts after each session. 4. Make it unsatisfying. Introduce immediate negative consequences. For example, set up a penalty system where a friend holds you accountable for missing your goals. Clear's approach is filled with actionable tips for implementing good habits into your life. 1. Habit stacking. Use existing habits as anchors for new ones. For example, after pouring your morning coffee, spend 2 minutes writing down your priorities for the day. 2. The 2-minute rule. Make habits so simple that they are impossible to fail. Start by committing to just 2 minutes of the desired action, such as reading a single page or doing 1 push-up. 3. Track your progress. Visualize your consistency using a habit tracker. This provides immediate satisfaction and keeps you motivated. 4. Design your environment. Shape your surroundings to make positive behaviors more convenient and negative ones harder to access. 5. Focus on consistency over perfection. Missing a day is fine, but missing twice can disrupt momentum. The key is to maintain regularity, even if your effort varies. What is the first habit you want to develop or replace? Let me know in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe to support me in developing a habit of uploading high-quality videos every day. See you in the next video.